It is going to be Izrel di Cotton Pikka. When you're talking about reggae dancehall artist who has a vibe, the versatility and positivity that is exhumed between his production, that's what Izrel di Cotton Pikka is all about. We're going to talk about it is the most recent release and different things that he has in the pipeline. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with Izrel di Cotton Pikka. But right now, I'm going to leave you with just a few of his tunes before he comes on as well.
Yeah. More I mean is little bit. Not time in a warmer. No reverb, no extra nothing. Alright, Cotton Pikka, come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. I keep the fire, keep blazing. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. The fire keep it is amazing. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. I fly high like a plane. Well, I done blaze it, my God done blaze it, 21 blazing. So me go so puff, and then me pass. I'm blaze it till the cup, bust down your off the ox. The breeze stinky brown stuff, no matter what it has. And we edit off the mount up, keep up the charge. The breeze go number room, make me smart. Take 3 pop before I reach a UV class. And the end, some me take me off and get extra marks. Me love the end, green like me clocks. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. I keep the fire, keep blazing. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. I put your brain on that training. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. I get yourself dedicated. I can blaze it, you can blaze it, anybody blaze it. I believe it's up the fire key and West Bank give my light. What motion we have about room tonight? If you do the thing, they really can't touch the pipe. King Selassie, I am way help on the ice. Tell the market pop on and start to cast spice. Call a low veggies, Joe and a butter brown bites. Skin boss tires and I cut the picker. I blaze up the same thing with sticker. Because the come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. I keep the brain on that train, nerd. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. I get yourself dedicated. Come tell me if you really want to blaze or something. And get I like a plane. Well, I can blaze it, you can blaze it, everybody blaze it. Me broke any roadblock with police and ratty, just to keep me burn happy. Cause when me touch but more my thing can't shab me. Want a 5 base back from the jockey. My car roll up a big head on the way to El Shab. Blow the smoke like cloud. And Babylon shell shock. Gala kind me a go make a wine pan head top. Me sure one of them a go get shot. Because of come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. I keep the fire, keep blazing. Come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. I get yourself dedicated. Come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. And fly high like a plane. Well, I can blaze it, you can blaze it, everybody blaze it. I put a archie, yes I put a chopper. It a fi match back with rubber roux at papa. When we clean from the ends of flick off, get this stopper. Brain fly we like a rocket up on NASA. Yeah, but me not smoke no coke that on me pledge. Babylon a come in now run from the feds. Cause when the wrist thing is give me a sting in on me head. But I don't cross me and spin it on me bed. Alright we go so, come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. I keep the fire, keep blazing. Come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. I'll put your brain on that chain. Come tell me if you're ready for go blaze or something. And get yourself dedicated. I can blaze it, you can blaze it, everybody blaze it. And we don't follow neighbor with the one bag of chattings. Blaze up that thing away harsher than acid. Have more current than the wattage up in at the packet. The real purpose, how can they get comforted? But the wings just like an aircraft. Who new to the thing, them smoke it and who for just with them smoke it and it make me figure. John, when I'm I tell you that thing I cry up in my brother. Like seriously, I know some I forgot which line we chat last a while ago. Yeah man, say really short term memory. But if you remember, say I can blaze it, you can blaze it, everybody blaze it. Pick. Come again, say, the bang, the bang. The Cotton Pikka come for wrap it up and mash it up. The bang, the bang. Me a fish show homage to them. And them boss of them grow me. Big up me elders and them come before me. Me say them grow me. Me name Cotton Pikka. Me friends call me Corey. Me say me big up all the elders them. Me set the foundation and set the trend. The young artists them a grow up and up for them a show love a cause. Them respect all the elders them. Some me respect all the elders them. The ones them we alive and the ones we dead. Some producer we just come at about them we bust on the cars. Them respect all the elders them. So make me tell you about one of the real fire blazer. We blow the saxophone and make it amazing. yeah. He made the chat the time of the Bali days. And now over here talk the legend in Fraser. In Ambidispolis, Michigan and Smiley. Delroy will sit deep down and Jimmy Riley. Fit me this the elders it highly unlikely. Anytime I pass my place, me big judge smite me. Become a big up all the elders them. We set the foundation and set the trend. The young artists them a grow up enough for them no show love a cause. They respect all the elders them. Some me say me respect all the elders them. The ones them we alive and the ones we dead. Some producer we just come attack like so them first come a cause. They respect all the elders them. For me, a little boy, me ear Henry Steady. So one of the best producer ever that a Mikey Bennett. For sure respect, me say it pivotal. So respect goes out to Bobby Digital. Producer, half ice tune, half key and forward. Some of the best Isla them produced by Hollywood. Every other song we play are just gun. Like the music is no longer fun. That's why me say me pick up all the elders them. We set the foundation and set the trend. The young artists them a go up enough for them to show love a cause. They respect all the elders them. Some say me big up all the elders them. The ones them alive and the ones they dead. Some producer will just come attack like so them first come a car. They respect all the elders them. And members say real music can never build quick. And no overnight for the captain the big ship. Some big up Mama Nancy Lady G Master Griffiths. General Cheese Papa San Yellow Man and King Stitch. Choose the wheel and Cockatee come run the dance hall. Ninja Shabba Butcher come wave the flag tall. Keep pretended the every name can call. Me have to beat them up one and all. Remember say them blow me, them grow me, them grow me. Big up the elders and them come before me. Me say them grow me, them grow me, them grow me. Me name Cotton Pikka, me friends call me Corey. Me say them grow me, them grow me, them grow me. No one bird so me drop it in no one. Me say them grow me, them grow me, them grow me. Set the foundation, me have to show homage. All you fi go like the foundation, you not care. And that the Uriah, the real pioneer. Burning spear did sit up on the first fire chair. I want take them young lion here. Them now listen stereo-graph cassette. From back in the days, all that chin from stuff I used to mash up the place. And they under that time, me say no dog no bark. Them and they are the real my shark. So me say me big up all the elders them. Say, umbre bang, umbre bang, umbre bang. The Cotton Pikka come for rap it up and mash it up. Umbre bang, umbre bang, umbre bang. Me have to show homage to them. And them boss them.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what. We have Izrel di Cotton Pikka, who is currently in studio. And for all the authentic reggae dancehall fans right now, who is juggling and dancing and sending me updates and say, listen, one of my friends in South Africa said he dancing right now to this song in the I love it. But Izrel is here in studio. Hi Izrel, how are you?
I'm fine. Thanks very much for having me, Empress.
Well, I tell you, the audience, I am told that it's the authentic, 90s audience currently is reaching out and sending me comments and saying, yes, we love this guy. But there's quite a few persons who do not know much about Izrel di Cotton Pikka. Can you introduce yourself to them and tell them a little bit about how long you have been doing music and, the great things about yourself?
Okay, yeah, well, thanks, world, and this is Mr. Izrel di Cotton Pikka, birth name Corey Marcus Alexander Garvey, from a place called Portmore, Waterford in St. Catchy. Yeah, we had the music from a tall a while. We love it from our youth. Took it on professionally, probably the first release in 2004. Went away from the music for a bit and came back again and had a couple weeks. Myself and Rasta Jai pack up your things and go a young girl and 4 people, myself and Bedford Street. Again, me desert the music. I'm going to take up chefing and come back again. And I'm here now full force and ready to go with a bunch of new songs, new melodies and flows and everything. With a lot of growth to come and prove to the world. So yeah, Israel is going to be one to look on it, I'm a simple guy. I like creating food and I like creating music. And if I don't stop here and allow you to ask you the questions, I'll go on and on and on.
Well, thank you so much for that candid introduction.
Yeah.
Would just like to actually send a few shout outs to persons who are actually a few persons sending shout out to yourself. Your mom is currently listening. Shout out to
Yeah,
mom.
big up, big up, true. I want to be main supporter. I'm a main supporter. I'm a biggest critic at the same time. So a bit of sweet at the end to the end, you know.
Shout out to
Yeah.
mom. Shout out to mom. Shout out to Karen Allen, out of the USA, is bigging you up as well. And of course, KG from out of Connecticut. Thank you guys for really tapping in. And of course, there's a Jamaican community who is actually tuned in as well. So I would like to send shout out to persons who are clocked in right now between Montego Bay, St. Mary, Kingston, Trenchtown, Negril, Anova. Thank you guys for tuning in. Even my stomping ground would like to thanks De La Vega City for tapping in.
Wow, the thing act man, the thing turn up. The energy, I come there I dance, you know, the energy, I know there I dance to the last them a while ago, you know, because they call it the tight clothes reading that from way back, you know, so they are vibing, the energy I transcend to, you know.
So, out the gate we played Blaze Up Something, right? And it's currently actually playing in the background. What year did you record this track?
That's the Blaze Up Something.
Yes.
Blaze Up Something was about it's probably 4 years now, no? It's probably about 2013.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
about 2013, not 2012.
one of the reasons I asked the question because we have Blaze Up Something, which we came out the gate with, and we have Respect the Elders, which was the second song as well. But both tracks actually have a 90s feel to it, all right? A 90s feel to the production themselves. Would you say that within your songs, your recent songs, or within the past couple of years, you have incorporated more of the 90s feel? And is there a preference to including the 90s feel compared to what is coming out of Jamaica right now?
Okay, I'm a child of the 90s, like a teenager in the 90s, but I would say I am more hooked on the foundation, but I'm not so rooted that I would not want to try the new stuff. So when you hear me on the rhythm like those sounding like the 90s, it's because it gives me that 90s vibe.
Right.
But you hear me on a trap beat now, you don't want me to speak because I would speak more, off the time and off the flow and whatever the rhythm is bringing. But even those rhythms, like, so as I said before, the tight clothes rhythm there is a rhythm from the 80s. I lick that rhythm, they lick over and come back. So when it come back now, me can't know it up, because when me feel, me have to sing. So that is where that 90s vibe comes from in those tracks, because they are actually from the 90s and before, how somebody would ask for clearance and lick over a rhythm. That's basically what was done.
Yeah.
So because I write to the rhythm, they are sounding like that. But when I go on the track beats, it's a different thing. It's like more like no, like so. I transcend each time I get a different rhythm. It's a different flow and a different, ability.
Love it, love it, love it. Now, it is that we're going to get into one of your recent release. Not right now, a few tracks down to go. But what is the difference between? Is there any major difference between when you recorded, say, back years ago compared to what the productions that you're putting out today?
Oh yeah, man, there's vast amount of changes. It's more relaxed at this time. My tone is more ears friendly, like I'm more soft on our most of the deliveries. Because actually I'm getting more Afro beats now and I'm a player. Like, dancehall and reggae is a more bang bang and aggressive type of music.
Yeah.
So hence growing up in that era and getting those type of rhythms and me not being a singer, more like a DJ, automatically I'd pattern myself off like the old time DJs who should be more sharp, snappy and aggressive deliveries.
Yeah.
Now that I'm coming full circle, revamping myself and trying to appeal to the world and not just to my friends around the corner where only know dancehall. Everybody open to all genres now, the Amapiano, the Afrobeats, the Afropop, the Afro Caribbean, all of the mix. Me personally is targeting Africa. I personally targeting Africa because I like the music here. Once we were kids, we only know the bad side of Africa and the poverty looking side of Africa. We realize that it's not just that. We've been looking up to Africa as a motherland. So the deliveries in the songs then and now is much different, much more calm. It is much more like thought about things that I'll go back and correct. Them times after my voice a song, it's more like it just come to me from the beginning from now, less to no correction and stuff. It's more seamless. It's like it just come out more seamless.
Would it be fair to say, for instance, on the second song that we played, the one playing in the background, Respect the Elders, it's not just about the production side of the music, but also the content that has to do with, is it a feeling, I should say, that you feel like in the 90s we had more kids that had more respect for their elders compared to today?
Sure. Yeah, man, definitely. We grew up more on morals and stuff like that, and the simpler stuff. We weren't as distracted back then as we are, as the kids are now, because it's a more faster time. There's so much more to do. Their time is taken away, and the internet, so although in social media, they are social with a world that they don't even know. They are not socializing with their neighbor and friend and running backstruck and those stuff. So back in the days, we used to look up to the artists and say, no, you can't even get this guy to admit who was them idol or who influenced them, as if them just learn music off of them own, like abracadabra, dada. I did this by my own. So you have to go look back and say, yeah, me did love Josie Whale, me did love Lieutenant Stitchy, and then man they have come up as though Beenie Man, them we all and we love Beenie Man music, them to assist like Kalanji and stuff. So they grew up on that and grew up on that. So it was paramount for me to prove my love by putting it into music and showing the musicians, all of those that I mentioned, and those who even when I mentioned, because there's a line which say, me can't big them up, me have to hail them as one and all. So with that one and all, me say, big or small, whether I was singing reggae or dancehall, he says, kudos goes to all who come out before me, the whole mighty against the body, the could go through the name there. So that was just me showing homage to the elders them in the music, which right now I don't think the youth them do that. The substance of the music is different. I not burn them out, nah, nothing, because it have to evolve. But I just a different set of delivery and a different set of content.
You know something you said that's quite interesting. This morning I was actually, I saw something on social media where LL Cool J actually called out a DJ who put out a post or a comment where he was talking about the industry. And even though it doesn't have any, he wasn't talking about reggae artists, he was talking about hip hop artists, but it's a similar reaction in terms of how the youngsters look at the seasoned artists that are in the business, right? And he put out a statement, the DJ put out a statement that was saying that them old rappers, have you seen any of these old rappers who'll be like, yo, you're the foundation of hip hop, really living good? Them niggas be looking really dusty. I kid you not. And it's quite interesting that we live in an era where it's kind of like money, or there are artists who thinks that money equates status when it comes to your relevance in the industry.
Right, that is the word. They only respect relevance.
Exactly.
Only what's hot now. Yeah, basically they only respect what's hot now.
Right. They respect the money, and you have to be flashy and you have to be out there and say, me got 10 cars and 4 houses. And if you're somebody that stay behind and you're quiet and you're not all of that or whatever, that you don't bring anything to the culture, when in truth and in fact you do, right? As one would say for myself, a prophet has no honor in their own country. I exhume that. Because at the end of the day, there is the culture, but there's a lot that I do and bring for the culture. So for him, for that DJ who put out a statement like that, and it's a disrespect for elders and people and persons, yeah, and persons who have paved the industry, paved the way. But I say that to say this because it's in a similar reaction in terms of what you get on the reggae industry itself, where there's not a lot of respect for persons and what they bring to the culture and bring to the industry. If you're not out there gallivanting across social media or throwing money out to make it that, you know, equates relevance as well. So thank you for respect the elders. Yeah, we need some more of those songs to go around.
I got a whole reservoir of them, man. I just one bucket out of the well to the elders and for showing homage. It's like you say, all right, after you're 5 years and 10 years, you're done. That is what the BK is basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's going to remain relevant forever. Once you reach a status and you do a certain amount of work, it's just to just keep doing what you're doing there. We're not going to be the number one all the time. So probably even don't even know it's a broken crayon steel colors. I don't know. And then just need some little teaching. Shame on you, Mr. DJ. LL Cool J for page.
On that note, I'm going to jump to one of your tracks and we'll be right back with some more questions, this time from our audience.
Yo, what's up?
What going on, Izrel?
Look for me, I call the phone, man. It takes a long for answer, Belching.
That strength up me there holding on my brother. Where are they?
John, when a brother right now, my woman and my yard, a big problem she give me enough.
Hey, what should I do?
Right now, she not take care of the youth. Her life consumed by the internet. She take me for a real old muckut. So if you're in my position, we da tell her. We da really tell her.
Back up your thing and go on, young girl. Can't bother with your pop down world. Nah, say it never nice at first. Right now, the love in that van reverse. Back up your thing and go on, young girl. Can't bother with your heartbreak word. Nah, say it never nice at first. Yes, it did nice at first.
I know it worse than a good girl when she gone bad. No longer, she no want the Rasta man trod. Tell me say she can't take the dress and slippers, a short skirts and heels. She want wear go quad. It look like she up on Facebook and top. She not feed me, you not changing pampers. Me find out say she and Randall did go a sandals. Me give her 2 scandal box and them tell her say,
back up your thing and go on, young girl. Can't bother with your pop down world. Nah, say it never nice at first. Right now the love in the fun reverse. Back up your thing and go on, young girl. Can't bother with your heartbreak word. Nah, say it never nice at first. Yes, it did nice at first.
For things she used to do, me say she do them no more. No hugs nor no kiss, and me reach the front door. Left gone for me, it's not coming till 4 in the morning. So me take a detour. And now all of the love becomes hate. But I did not have no food, now in my plate. I don't one night alone, about 3 months straight. That's why me buy a lock with the gate. And them tell her say,
back up your thing and go on, young girl. Can't bother with your pop down world. Nah, say it never nice at first. Right now the love in the fun reverse. Back up your thing and go on, young girl. Can't bother with your heartbreak word. Nah, say it never nice at first. Yes, it did nice at first.
Me never want it to end like this. Never know one girl could pretend like this. Two are we together forever. That was my wish until the day me see she and I'm on a French kiss. No worry about me nor me youth. You are real Delilah. No love, tell the truth. No me not go fatten no foul for mongoose. So I've got news for you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. That is the versatility. You're listening to the versatility of Izrel di Cotton Pikka, okay? And on the track that's playing, Pack Up Your Things is with Ras Ajay. Check out Ras Ajay as well, okay? If I haven't had him on the show, at some point I'm going to bring him back on the show or check him out. Very accomplished artist as well.
You know, so when we out in the street, you know, we hear Izrel and Ras Ajay, and we say, yeah, Izrel and Ras Ajay. Here two of it. I wanted the giraffe, the door. Put off, nobody say we show off like two. So Empress being extra tall and extra short, hence the giraffe and the door. And that can even segue to the EP that I'm about to do with the whole Jamaican Ghanaian connection, where that's gonna be the lead track of the EP.
Yes.
The giraffe and the door. So something to look out for. There's a little snippet that me just run by you while I'm like, whoops.
Yes. Love it, love it, love it. So on this track you collaborated with Rasa Jai. Is this a most recent track? Is it from an album or is it just a single?
It's just a single. I've never released the album. We started voicing up album, but I'm always deserting music. I don't take no blame. So nobody a bad mind never try to stop me now. Nothing. I'm the biggest fan and he's the biggest enemy if I don't stay focused. So I would say I wasn't focused all along. I've been talented all along, but it takes a lot of focus to the music the right way all the time. And there has been many distractions. So this music wasn't from an album or anything, but it is also one of our best singles.
Yes. Now, if you had to work with one artist that you have not worked with before for your upcoming project, who would that artist be?
Burner.
Burner Boy.
Burner, baby. Burner. Keep it burning. Keep it burning.
Okay.
This is just one. If you did ask more, I could have probably pop up a few more. And just to show you, forever people will probably say one of the biggest rappers in America, probably a big thing. I'm telling you now, the eyes of the world is looking towards Africa.
I hear you.
So it's clear. Burner is one of the biggest things in the world right now. And not just because he's big, it's like, I think it's a joy that woke me up into music. So we would backtrack and listen to some of the older stuff on YouTube and keep on watching them and liking delivery, along with others,
Yeah.
Because there's more Africans that I see and like the work and the delivery and stuff that I would do work with, but you said just one.
I hear, but every time I ask an artist this question, I always get a mail that the artist is saying that they would like to collaborate with. Would you like to? What if you had to choose a female artist? Who would that female be?
Nice question. Should I come like I said the man abandon the woman they do.
It is the truth. They're abandoning our female,
Same thing, but not serious thing you're talking. It's serious.
Yeah.
Let me say, who would that be now? Who would that be? Who would that be? We could do something with let me see. Let me keep it simple. Like, would I do something with any female where willing to do something talented enough and I feel like I'm compatible enough? I think kind of one name in my head card. But if you go for the African continent, I'll probably go for Miss V.
Who?
Miss V.
Oh, Miss V, out of Ghana.
Out of Ghana, yeah.
Okay. Well, Miss V, if you're listening.
Yeah, man. So anyway, between Miss V, Wendy Shea, Ajia Farrell.
I love that. Yes, I can't wait. I want you to act on that because I would love to hear that collaboration. Yeah, with any one of the above.
I am gonna take your advice and do such stuff. I'm gonna put some more work in it. So much so, one of the tracks from the upcoming EP, the solo one by myself, and I'm secretly crafting a nice little music that surrounds the whole connection between Jamaica and Ghana and the artists and stuff. Such artists I just named, their names are going to actually be in the song as well. So I'm going to impress upon them that I'm taking them in, I'm observing what they're doing, I've noticed what they're doing from so far away. You know, them in the motherland and we there at the picnic land. You know what I mean? So it have to happen. It have to happen. The biggest dream I have right now is to tour Africa, not to tour America right now. Now we're in Europe. Seems like you have to have one guy or one person who want to do a collaborate, and that person is out of the continent. It's the same thing now, because that's where I'm targeting. I'm targeting hip-hop and what's happening over there is good. But the main place, if I had one tour, I'd like to be touring Africa.
Love it, love it, love it. Wow. Well, before we get into your latest single that's actually blazing the airwaves and Actually, when I checked last night, this track has been, it has actually was trending on Apple for a few days now, and I didn't realize it. So people are listening to audios, and we are going to get into audios.
No pun intended. They are listening to audios. Normally the audios don't listen, you know.
Yes, we are going
Yeah,
to.
but I never know that probably because I'm not an apple guy.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I'm also on oranges and melons, you know.
and some
Some people
songs.
publicize that I'm trending on apple as something to speak about, man. I never know that.
Yes, the track has been making its rounds. Before we get into the track itself, could you? I had a chance to look at the video, look at the video in its entirety. I love the video. Of a storyline behind it, but for our listeners who haven't had a chance to see the video, or persons who may have seen the video but still do not understand the storyline, tell us what Hawd Hayz is about, the song, and what to expect in the video.
Okay, so Hawd Hayz is basically a song speaking to the hard edit. So just in case they don't understand the term Hawd Hayz and the whole expression of it, it's like it's the stubborn people we are talking to, those who are insubordinate, those who doesn't listen to whether who is in charge or their mama, and them just not take none at all. That means Hawd Hayz. So basically, it's what is happening in the world. So when you see a guy go to like Oklahoma or whatever in the States and rapid fire and kill 12, 15 people, like warning signs were there, and they were warned, probably the parents were warned, and them audience then pick up for them, pick me, and then again, even when them not pick up for them and then try to steer them otherwise, and just not listen. So some of these things have a chain effect, and it is so prevalent around the world. It's like I could avoid writing a song like this. So it's just me sitting down and noticing stuff, so you know. I could appeal to them youth, because I'm a clown on social media to act my fool and make them rare. So there's a nice dancehall beat came up by Diet Monkey out here in Canada. And the beat was so fitting that I realized that I could teach them and appeal to them while they even dance, because it's not a one drop or slow and methodical and then take too long to think. They just love the slang Hawd Hayz, and in between it now show them the pros and the cons of just listening and not listening and what it can lead up to and stuff like that. And the video mirrors the concept of the lyrics itself. So the video is really appealing to what's happening in somewhere. You will see visual of acting and performance, shot about Hawd Hayz breaking into houses, you know what I mean, robbing bars and stuff where it's harder than people do that, because he was one many times, mommy tried to pray for him, lead to the gun. So it's a nice acting from a hometown people in Portmore and Waterford and stuff like that. Just a nice work, and everything was compiled and videoed and edited by Swag TV. It's a good video, and then just need to go and look out for it, embrace it, share it, like and subscribe and all of those stuff. It's a real good video, and the song is a real good song.
Before I get into the song, before I play it for our listening audience, I would like to ask as well. With all the songs that I've listened thus far, are you the writer of the content?
Oh, yes, man. Yes, I'm the writer of all of my songs.
Well, I must tell you that when I listen to the writing, especially the artistic, literate craft on the song itself, is that it's highlighted throughout the song. In other words, what I'm saying is that your lyric writing is absolutely incredible. Not only on Hawd Hayz, but if you had to go in and listen to each and every song, the lyrical content, the lyric writing is excellent. I love that. I'm going to jump to Hawd Hayz.
You're swelling me, said Empress. So I got a smile so wide right now I could eat the banana sideways. I'm telling you. I don't to fall off backwards, smiling from ear to ear. I put a lot into it. I pride myself of being one of the best lyricists here is not just in the country, in the world, and one of the best performers. It's just for me to get enough under my belt, as in to release enough music for people to come to that conclusion as I have already come to, and enough shows and stuff like that. So it will be there to see, and I'm saying it here now, I'm putting myself under that amount of pressure.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I can let Father Jonas.
Yes.
And not only that, this song, Hawd Hayz, that we are promoting, that just came out on August the 19th, that people should be running down not only on Apple, but all of the other streaming platforms. I didn't write it for myself.
Yeah.
I had a song already on the rhythm called Hybrid. And the rhythm is so good. I made more than 3 to 4 songs for the rhythm. I also made a song for a university, micro-university students that's to become a teacher for an assignment. And their group won, not just solely because of the song, but it pushed it over the edge over all of the other competitors. So the rhythm very inspiring. So I had that song, and I started playing around with the Hawd Hayz style after I'd written my song already and everything. And then now Jai said, you know, so you could have given away another song. I'm going to start write the song even further, because just the opening, making here and everything. And then now we made a reference track, send it to the guy producer and everything. Then take too long for you. Those close around me, hear me a DJ the song. And I was saying, nah man, that one bad, you know, it come like it better than the girl tune. And the energy just start pick up on me and say, watch your Hawd Hayz then, because they never wanted the tune. It look like them Hawd Hayz and I wanted the song. Make me the creator do it, you know. So that is a little side piece for the chat there as well.
Yes, we are going to vibe out with Hawd Hayz, but before we do, would you like to give any shout outs and big up anybody before we exit?
Well, just big up one and all, big and small. Everyone who lucky, everyone who already supporting Israel. And may the Lord touch those who don't as yet, so they can come over the good side this time to cheer for something good. Not just a regular yeah, you need to come on board, man. Don't wait until you reach and we up there, because we lock out someone. Yeah, we lock out someone, especially when we reach out, because we do reach out to people. Yeah, we never hold it at them, nothing, but it's going to be a part of something good. Speak stuff, you say to them, so we want to big up everybody with tuning, listening, and just tell them to check out on all of the social media and all of the platforms. You know, it's Izrel, Izrel, the Cotton Pikka, which is Dicotton Pikka. And just in case you didn't hear what I said, you could call the DJ, Dr. Empress Rose.
I love it. I love it. Yes. All right. We are going to jump to Hawd Hayz. And I tell you, Israel, it's been a pleasure having you come through. I appreciate you. I am going to keep on playing the song because I love it. I love the message. From time to time, we see songs that are, you know, produced and out there. We don't have any idea like, okay, what's the inspiration behind it? I love the inspiration that you shared with us. And I am going to keep on pushing it to any and everyone that will listen. Yeah?
Yeah, man, that's a great idea, because somebody once tell me that it is a bubblegum song, you know, so I keep running with that term right now. You know? Somebody, one wise person once told me that, you know. Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad you're loving the song, and a lot of people gotta love this song, because even the parents mostly gotta love this song.
Blessed
yeah,
love.
So Izrel di Cotton Pikka said, thanks for the platform, big up everybody, I mean, I remember for big up. Yeah, KG, big up yourself, Diet Monkey, a.k.a. Ghana Fresh, a.k.a. Gren, Mommy is still lucky in there, Miss Carol, Paula, all who they are, and tell me say them there, and big up on yourself, you know, maximum respect. Yeah, and thanks again, Dr. Empress. Fully pick, don't be fully added.
I can't. It's a pleasure having you stop by, ladies and gentlemen. I am leaving you with Hawd Hayz. I will be right back.
Hawd Hayz, some Hawd Hayz. Boy, no stop trace like him a gal we play jacks. And go bleach out him face with the Ajax. Try pre me, you get a dozen years box. I'm rise up the shoes with the spear socks. Drink a quarter rum without no chaser. Go on with the slackness on the baser. That make the sicky off a shock him with the taser. Tell him figure home but him nay want hear. I don't show him Hawd Hayz, well I show him Hawd Hayz. I don't show him Hawd Hayz, well I show him Hawd Hayz. I show him Hawd Hayz, and them fully Hawd Hayz. Make him end up in a prison at the 30 Hawd Hayz. I don't show him Hawd Hayz, well I show him Hawd Hayz. I don't show him Hawd Hayz, well them very Hawd Hayz. I show him Hawd Hayz, and them fully Hawd Hayz. Him on my life so rough, not the very last days. Some go so then say, tick tick. must be broken on your ears. Piece of stick must be broken on your ears. Mama tell us every farm. From bad this you just not refrain. Gotta walk with fire stick on him waist. Some go so then tick tick must be broken on your ears. And when things you get so brave. You come off fire be a waist shot never now. Puss get graze on your deeds and them on my gargoyles. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. I throw him all days, well them fully hard days. Make him end up in a prison at the 30 hard days. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, well them very hard days. I throw him all days, well them fully hard days. Make him on my life so rough in at the very last. Look how your mama did one, yeah. So you're not fit thief and you do it like a duppy a hunt, yeah. Now a Sam she a read cause she knows and a ring can get, yeah. Call more gunshot than flowers so you thief and the gyard. What the liquor record? And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, and them fully hard days. Make him have to live a prison now for 30 hard days. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, well them very hard days. And I throw him all days, and them fully hard days. Him end up in a prison at the 30 yard. And when me go so then say, tick must be broke up in your ears, piece of tick must be broke up in your ears. Moments every farm from the badness, well them just not reframe. And I walk with fire stick on him. Boom, tight, tick, 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 must be broke up in your ears. And the pain seems to get so brave. You come on fire, be a waste, shot them not dog, get grace. And your days and them woman are brave. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, and them very hard days. Make him end up in a prison at the 30 hard days. And I throw him all days, well I throw him all days. And I throw him all days, well them very hard days. And I throw him all days, and the boy hard days. Make him end up in a prison at the 30 yard. End up in a prison at the 30 yard.
Yes. I tell you, it is. As always, we do not disappoint. Of course, it is that we started at the top of the 2 o'clock hour. Well, if you're on this side of the world, Eastern Standard Time, we started at 2 o'clock at the top of the hour with Kirani Hyatt. And my oh my, it doesn't disappoint. Exhumes that strong vibration and energy. Yes. And of course it is that you just have where we completed our interview with none other than Izrel di Cotton Pikka, highlighting his recent release, Hawd Hayz. Of course, when you're talking about, it is not just a simple 3 minutes of entertainment pleasure that you have just listened to. If you actually had a chance to hear exactly his story behind writing the content and producing and laying down those tracks. Yeah, it's an excellent song with great melodies, insightful lyrics, and a storyline that has an intuitive message. Cannot beat that. So when you have a chance as well, please go out and check out Hawd Hayz, the video on YouTube as well. That's HAWD HAYZ. And be sure to leave a comment as well. Look out for Izrel di Cotton Pikka across the